You ever have one of those mornings where you walk into the shop and the smell of cedar just hits you like a warm memory? It makes you want to build something that'll outlive your grandkids right before you realize you haven't actually cleaned your table saw since the Ford administration.
Well, as long as the memory isn't, I forgot where I put my safety glasses, I think we're off to a good start. Although, let's be real, Tiger. If the saw is that dusty, your grandkids are going to inherit a very expensive shelf.
Fair point. But hey, it's Saturday, the birds are chirping, the glue is drying, and we're back in the den. Welcome to the TigerDen Daily for June 6th, 2026. We've got a lot to chew on today. From the Germans over-engineering our power tools again, to the absolute chaos of trying to sell a birdhouse at a craft fair.
Let's start with the shiny stuff. Festool just dropped their 2026 lineup, and the buzz is, well, it's loud. They're claiming high torque endurance with none of the I just finished a gym session weight. What's the verdict from the guy who still uses a hand plane for fun?
Look, Festool is like that one friend who shows up to a casual hike in $500 mountaineering boots. It's objectively impressive, but you kind of want to roll your eyes. That said, I got my hands on the new cordless stuff yesterday. They've managed to shave the weight down to basically a feather, but the motor feels like it's got the torque of a small tractor. It's got that whisper quiet German hum that says, I cost as much as your first car, but I will never, ever let you down.
I knew you'd fall for it. You're a sucker for a tool that sounds like a luxury sedan. But you mentioned something in the blog about the bits being just as important as the motor. Is that just a way to get us to spend another $50?
Man, if I had a nickel for every time I saw a guy buy a top tier impact driver and then throw a 5-cent pot metal bit in it, I'd be recording this from a yacht. It's like putting budget tires on a Ferrari. Pro Tool Reviews ran the numbers, and a high quality impact rated bit can bump your efficiency by 30%. I remember I was driving 3-inch deck screws into some old growth oak a few years back. I snapped 4 cheap bits in 20 minutes. I was sweating, cursing, and my wrist felt like it had been through a blender. I finally swapped to a premium bit, and it felt like the screw just wanted to be in the wood. It's not just about speed, it's about not needing an ice pack and a stiff drink after your project.
Okay, point taken. Invest in the accessories. But let's talk about a different kind of investment: careers. We're seeing a weird shift in the automotive world. The data out of Canada is saying parts retail is tanking, but repair and maintenance jobs are absolutely exploding. What's the Tiger perspective on why no one wants to fix cars anymore?
It's not that people don't want to fix them, Alex. It's that the shops have been treating technicians like disposable rags for decades. We've got a massive shortage because the quality shops are rarer than a straight 2x4 at a big box store. If you're a young tech looking for a home in 2026, you hold the cards. Don't go to the place with the flickering fluorescent lights and the boss who screams about overhead. Look for the shop that's investing in the environment. Proper climate control, modern lifts, and continuous training.
So you're saying the power is back with the grease monkeys?
100%. If you can fix a modern hybrid or a complex EV system and you're still working in a shop that feels like a dungeon, walk out. Someone down the street will pay you more and actually give you a clean place to eat your sandwich. The craft deserves respect, and the market is finally catching up to that reality.
Speaking of getting paid, it's maker mogul time. We're in the thick of the weekend market season. If I see one more person just leaning against a lawn chair while their beautiful pottery sits on a saggy card table, I'm going to lose it.
It's the sad garage sale aesthetic. It's a tragedy. Listen, if you're doing a 10 by 10 booth this weekend, you need to think like a hunter. Shopify is calling the 2026 vibe biophilic industrialism.
Biophilic industrialism? That sounds like something I'd need an allergy pill for.
It's fancy talk for raw steel meets a hanging fern. People want that contrast, the cold, hard metal paired with something that needs watering. But the real secret isn't the decor, it's the zone of sale. I learned this the hard way at a wood-turning show. I put my most expensive hand-carved bowls right at the front. People were afraid to touch them. They'd just keep walking.
Because they didn't want to be the one to break a $400 bowl.
Exactly. You got to lead them in. Put your fidget items, the small coasters, the keychains, the $10 grab and goes near where you're standing to take the money. Put the hero pieces, the high margin stuff, right at eye level in the middle of the booth. You want them to walk into your world, get comfortable with a small purchase, and then realize they absolutely need that live edge coffee table. It's about flow, not just furniture.
I like that. Lead them in. It's almost psychological. But let's scale up. You were watching a maker this week who went from a small shop to building 42 luxury homes in a different country? That feels slightly more ambitious than a 10 by 10 booth.
Just a little. It's wild, isn't it? But here's the thing that grounded me while watching that. The fundamentals are identical. Whether you're framing a doghouse in Ohio or a mansion in the Mediterranean, a plumb line doesn't care what language you speak. Gravity is a universal constant. I think we get intimidated by scale, but seeing that guy work reminded me that it's just one stud at a time, one foundation pour at a time. It's the same language.
Speaking of things that don't change, stone. You had a warning for the DIY crew about masonry and stone fabrication this weekend.
Oh man, wood is a beautiful, forgiving medium. You cut a board an eighth of an inch short, you can finesse it. You get a little gap, some CA glue and sawdust, and you're a hero. Stone is a cold, hard judge. It has no mercy. If you're DIYing a granite backsplash, or heaven forbid, a countertop, you have to measure thrice, maybe 4 times.
Did you have a learning moment with a slab recently, Tiger?
Let's just say that a water jet doesn't have an undo button. When you're dealing with a 500-pound slab of granite, precision isn't a suggestion, it's the law. If you're tackling stone this weekend, treat your templates like they're made of gold. Use rigid material for your patterns, not some flimsy cardboard that's going to sag when you move it. Because once that blade starts spinning, the story is written.
Well, from German drills to biophilic booth layouts, I think we've covered the map. What's the one thing people should take into their shops this weekend?
I think it's the idea that the pro isn't the person who never messes up. The pro is the one who understands the value of the details. The right bit, the right booth layout, the right shop environment. We're all walking a path here. Some of us are just starting, and some of us have been dusty since the 70s. But as long as you're curious about how a gear turns or how a joint fits together, you're in the right place.
Well said. Now, can we go look at those new Festool drills? I want to see if they're actually as light as a feather, or if you're just getting old and losing your sense of weight.
Watch it, kid. They're light, but they still have enough kick to leave a mark. Let's get to work.